What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Lords Mobile. Guys, my SD card corrupted in my tablet, so now I have to keep my videos short until I get that replaced. So today I'm going to be starting a series of tips that I was supposed to have started like a week ago. And I'm just going to be kind of random with the things that I choose to discuss. I'm going to start with going over things that were mistakes of mine. I'm gearing this tips episode towards people that are fairly new to help get them on the right track. So, first off, farms. As you can see, I haven't gotten around to dismantling a lot of my farms. They are not useful. I should have known this from playing Evany, but I didn't. I ignored my better judgment and I built an even amount of farms compared to everything else. Don't do it. Farms are not helpful. Look at that upkeep compared to the production. Look at the food packs. Look at the food packs that you get. As you can see, I'm still burning through food from where I open all those packs. I'm not even concerned because I have a ton. I've already gotten 93 food packs since I opened those a few days ago. Like alone, that alone is 13 million food. Almost 14 million. Don't do farms. If you're in a decent guild, they'll be able to supply you with food. There's no worry with that. Don't do it. Which brings me on to my next tip. Get in a good guild. The guild doesn't have to be some super awesome, amazing guild that buys gold packs every day, spends so much money. No. But you should find a guild that has at least a small handful of spenders. My guild is decent. They're pretty good. As for spenders, I spend a lot of my R4 spend a little bit. Not all of them spend a lot. D'Angelo spends some, Max spends some, and then down here in the R3s, Papa Skunk spends some. They all spend a good amount. As for the rest of them, they spend mild amounts. I don't think the Twop Faces even spent anything. But in any case, we only have a handful of regular spenders. The rest of them spend hardly anything. Some of them, a good amount of them actually spend nothing at all. So we do well, and we don't need to have everybody spending to do it. The reason for there to need to be a few spenders, though, is it's good to have them there to be able to defend the guild. And you get food packs and stuff like crazy. So they're more liberal with giving resources out. Like, if you go over and look at my stats, I've handed out plenty of resources to people. Not as much as a lot of people even, but still a good amount. And they're good to have around. They help progress the guild. An improved gift level helps. Even if it's not super high, level 1 gift level doesn't give you a lot. But if you get like level 7, level 10, level 12 gift levels, you get a little... things are a little better. So try and find a guild that has a few spenders. If you're free to play, which is what I'm aiming this video towards, then that's the best you can hope for, really. And you can do better than a guild that only has free people. And that's nothing against people that like to play for free or anything like that. It's just not difficult to find. There's all sorts of guilds that blatantly have ranking, like mild spenders, but nothing but spenders. Like, let's go to NWO. Look at that. Definitely got some spenders right there. But as you can see clearly down here, there's a good amount of people that definitely don't spend. There's nothing wrong with that. And you see that with a lot of guilds. Sometimes you even see like one, like we'll go back to this one, you see one guy, 110 million might, and then the rest of them aren't even 50 might. Clearly if you get like a big loyal spender in your guild, then you're a lot better off, honestly. That definitely racks up stuff. But I've strayed a bit. So I guess that the next thing that I will talk about is heroes. you want to focus on heroes fairly early on. As you can see, I took Wesley to purple, which was a big mistake. I didn't know better. I didn't have anybody teaching me the game. I kind of figured out as I went along. He helps you with food production. Whoop-de-doo. It's not too helpful. He's not that great in the Coliseum. There's not really much of a need for him. What I would recommend you get fairly early on is... Do you get Trickster early on? Yes, you get Trickster very early on. He's moderately helpful in the Coliseum. He's not the best in the Coliseum, but where he shines are these research boost, max energy boost, and energy regeneration boost. That's all fantastic. You want that. I personally would have went with Trickster over Wesley had I known, and I definitely would have done that. Like, as soon as I figured out how to play the game better, I pulled out Trickster, I hired him, and I took him all the way up to purple. This has been within the process of the last, 2-3 weeks. I really enjoy Trickster. And then next up, you definitely want Prima upgraded. She's not particularly helpful in combat, but in Coliseum, she's fantastic, and progressing through hero stages, she's very good. So you want her. Demon Slayer is excellent in the Coliseum. So I definitely would go with him. And Rose Knight is fantastic all around. She's amazing in the Coliseum. And her boosts are very nice as well. A lot of paid players use her in their teams to attack and defend with. Primarily attacking. She, in my opinion, she's my favorite free-to-play hero. By far. And she was the first free hero that I took to gold. I definitely recommend her, but you won't get her until later on, because she doesn't show up until 6-12. So, for now, Prima, Trickster, Demon Slayer, I would work on them. They're all very nice. So, let's go with that. Because you definitely want to get up there in the Coliseum. Coliseum is steady gem increase. So, I believe that that's going to be all for my first set of tips. Oh, by the way, a lot of people say ditch all your Manors for Infirmaries, only do Infirmaries. I argue it depends how active you are. If you're active enough to make sure your people stay sheltered, then I would do an even split of Manors and Infirmaries. It's what I went with. So, they're not all upgraded right now. I can do 305,000 people already, and there's still more to come with that, so I would say that I'll end up probably around 350, 360,000 that I'll be able to hold, and I'm perfectly fine with that, because this training boost, a lot of people will be able to see the difference. I will go with 1,000 right there, 4.5 hours to do, basically. That's pretty dang, that's decent for me. It's a heavy improvement as to a lot of people that have mostly Infirmaries and 1 or 2 Manors. Now, the reason why I do that is because I do so much battling that my army count never stays too high for me to even worry about it. I can fit all of them right now in my shelter and in a fake rally. Although I've left some defending in my castle and I'm out gathering constantly. So, that's my first set of tips. That's all I'm going to go over. I will leave what I cover in each tip session in the description, because since I'm so random about what I decide to talk about, whatever comes on mind, I know that it'll be tough to show things I'm not teaching in proper order. And a lot of these are personal preference. They're what I've personally found to work, but there could be better ways. I don't spend as much money as some people, so if you're a heavy spender, then I may not be your best bet. I've spent a little bit. I've spent more than I would like to admit, but I have not spent nearly as much as those Titan players out there. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more to come. Bye, guys.